Might have a little dirt on my boots, but I'm taking you uptown tonight. Might have a little mud on my wheels, but they...
Hey, have you gone solar yet? Well, you might soon. We are here with the CEO and president of Envision Solar, our friend of the show, Desmond Wheatley. And he's got, yes, look at that contraption. Are we going to have one of those at every household someday, Desmond?
We're going to have them all over America, and we're going to have them all over the world, and you know what? That's going to be a great thing for everybody involved.
I love that because you're at the helm of this. You're at the forefront. You've got all these new patents and these new things that we can't even think of yet as a consumer. Tell me a little bit about your company, Envision Solar.
I mean, look, what if I was to say to you that you could drive anywhere you wanted to, but you never had to go to the gas station again?
I would love that.
What if I was to say to you you didn't have to spend $5,000 a year on gasoline and maintenance like the average American does in their car?
Tell me more.
What if I was to say to you that we don't have to spend trillions of dollars in places like Saudi Arabia and Venezuela and Iraq?
I would nominate you for president.
I don't want that job, thanks very much. I don't think I'd be alive for very long.
And are you a national? You're from what? Ohio, Idaho, Iowa, you say with that accent?
Actually, via Scotland, which is where I was born and raised. Yeah, but yeah, clearly I'm Midwesterner here. But yeah, so basically what we've done is we've found a way to make it possible for people to drive on sunshine, environmental impact free, guilt-free, and my favorite kind of free. That's a great thing for this country because it means energy independence. It means we don't have to send money overseas to regimes that we might not otherwise be friends with. It's a great thing because we can prevent something like 6 million pollution-related deaths a year. And it's really a great thing because American consumers can save a lot of money, or they can spend it on other things they'd rather do than going to the gas station, which is, you know, fantastic.
I have other ideas for my money, like lottery tickets, so I want to hear more. But you've got some patents coming up. Talk about how you got started in all this and some of your first things that you brought to the table.
You know, we were quite a sort of typical solar company back in 2006 when the company was first formed, with a novel idea at the time, which was to put solar shading above parking lots. That's become highly commoditized now. And
so you pivoted and got out and did some more good stuff.
We pivoted, and what we're good at is we're good at inventing stuff, and then we're good at manufacturing what we've invented. So as you said earlier, we've got great patents. We have a 51,000 square foot factory just 5 miles away from here. We hire combat veterans.
Our studio's in San Diego, Southern California region.
Yes, yeah, so that's right. We're manufacturing here in San Diego. It's quite unusual that, you know, and we're putting people like, as I said, combat veterans, disabled workers, and other fine contributors to work here. Don't let my funny accent fool you. We're an all-American company with an all-American product, and we're sold in 17 states now in 4 nations and growing really rapidly.
So what is this new patent you have pending that you're excited about?
Yeah, so the product that we sell the most of is a product called the EV ARC, which is Electric Vehicle Autonomous Renewable Charger. And basically it's the world's only transportable but permanent electric vehicle charging station. Gets all its power from the sun. We sell more of them to New York City than to anybody else does. So for people that are wondering, does it only work in sunny environments? If you've ever been to New York in the winter, you'll know that's clearly a good test for the product. That's patented in the United States. In fact, we have multiple patents on it. We just recently got a patent in China on that product. And then just this week, we're told we're going to be given our patent in Europe on it as well. But we're also patent pending on a couple of other really incredible products. It's all the same technology. Basically, we're using sunlight to generate electricity, and then we're using that electricity to enable services and amenities in locations where you just can't get the grid. Too expensive, too disruptive, digging trenches and all that sort of stuff. And so the last thing that we're now patent pending on is a product to recharge UAVs or drones as they move around the world. Drones are mostly limited by their range and their payload capacity. And so if you think of a future where a company like Amazon is delivering parcels with drones, or where hospitals are delivering medicine with drones, the thing that stops that becoming a reality is a lack of range. So we will deploy an entire network of solar-powered drone rechargers. Those drones will come in, they'll refuel, we'll make sure they're healthy and that everything's right with them, and they'll go on about their business, which will change the world.
Well, it sounds like to me as a layperson that you're at the forefront of telling governments, businesses, communities, enterprises, hey, here's what's next. Who stays in bed at night and dreams up, hey, let's figure out a way to power all these drones? Is that you?
I do. Guilty. Yes,
man,
I do. Some of my best ideas come out about 3 o'clock in the morning, as a matter of fact, or sometimes when I'm in the shower, which is not a picture I want to encourage anybody to think about.
Desmond, you've just put it out there on national TV.
Sorry, I apologize for that.
Do you have a
hope you're not eating.
Does your shower work on sunlight?
You know, the fact is, we do come up, it's not just me, I am the inventor of a lot of the products, but I have a great team of very, very clever people. In fact, I'm one of the dumbest people at the company, and they're doing a fantastic job of turning some of these crazy notions I have into a reality, and that's been proven by the fact that we're selling all over the place. We're growing rapidly at the moment.
You know, for one thing, because we are in Southern California, and I try to think about other communities, is solar trending here, or excuse me, in other places as much as it is here? Are people hearing more about it? Are people everywhere thinking, yeah, my next car is going to be electric?
The growth in EV sales, not the absolute numbers, but the trend is absolutely fantastic. I mean, everyone's heard of Tesla. Everybody's heard of, you know, what's been going on with that company. But did you know that there are 253 EV models available today? And most automobile manufacturers are planning a transition to entirely electric vehicles in the next few years. Many nations have already passed laws where they're going to outlaw internal combustion engine vehicles. And don't panic, folks. This is not a bad thing. When you drive an EV, you'll find they're faster, they're more fun, and they're a hell of a lot cheaper to own than internal combustion engine vehicles are. I love the roar of an engine, but I don't love it enough to pollute, to send trillions of dollars overseas, and to not have the great fun of driving an electric vehicle.
So ready or not, it's coming.
There's no doubt it's happening. There's no question. And that's a great thing. Look, we want people here to have energy independence. We want them to be able to drive for free, essentially. We want them to be able to have a great access to the great things that they want to do in life. And that means moving around. But we also want to make sure that that's something that's done without causing harm to our children or to the planet or to anything else. And hell, we want to make some money while we're doing it too. We don't necessarily think that those things are in conflict with each other.
Are you kidding me? Hey, so how long before we all are driving electric cars? What do you think?
I tell you what, you know, there are all sorts of experts out there who are coming with all sorts of crazy numbers, and I'm just another crazy expert. But I will say this to you, I'd say 3 lease cycles from now, lease being 3 years long. You talk about 3 lease cycles, Americans are going to go to the dealership and they're going to find that there are more electric models. They won't ask themselves if it's electric or not. They're just going to say, this car is better, it's cheaper, it's more fun to drive. And when the mighty US consumer gets hold of this trend, it doesn't matter what governors say, it doesn't matter what presidents say or anything else like that, the US consumer will change the entire world.
Look at that little thing. Now, what is that doing right now? It's capturing the sun.
It's not just capturing the sun, but it's actually following the sun too. So that's our patented tracking solution. It follows the sun. That way we get about 25% more electricity than if it wasn't tracking the sun. And that's really important to us because we're trying to get all the energy that we can out of a single parking space. And the thing that's so cool about it, you'll notice, you don't reduce parking in any way at all. We put the thing down in the parking space, but then the vehicle parks on top of it, so you haven't lost a parking space.
You've thought of everything. I'd like to see
I
the
don't know
note
everything,
sitting by your bedside, your little notebook sitting on your nightstand. Will you bring it next time?
It's probably better than you seeing it beside my bed. I'm not sure my wife would be thrilled about that.
Desmond Wheatley, CEO and President of Envision Solar, is with us tonight. Thank you for coming in and sharing all that. What a trend to watch.
It's been my absolute pleasure. And for those of you watching, thanks for having me in your homes.
I bet we'll see you back after this. Come back and see us, okay?
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Give you a little handshake there. All right, that's what we do in the Midwest. We're back after this on America Trends.